Hello, my people. How are you? I am Dr. David Campos, and today we will talk about medical residency in Brazil. Many of you are wondering what to do. In this video, I'll answer your questions. Before starting this video, please don't forget to leave that beautiful like. That really helps this channel. To subscribe, which doesn't cost anything, just click the little red button that appears down here. And to follow me on my Instagram. I'll leave it here so you can ask me any questions you have. Without further ado, let's start the video. Before we start, don't forget that on this channel you can find many videos talking about medical residency in Spain, Chile, Bolivia, and so on. I'll leave this here for you. There are also videos on health topics. I know that many people want to go to Brazil to do a medical residency, also known as a medical specialty. For people who study medicine in another country, we have to revalidate or homologate our medical degree in the country where we are going to emigrate. For example, a person who studies in Bolivia and wants to go to Brazil has to revalidate their degree in order to apply for a medical residency or medical specialty in Brazil. Many people ask me, so can I do a medical residency in Brazil without having revalidated my degree? You can, but that will depend a lot on the hospital where they are accepting foreigners. There are hospitals that accept foreigners, and that's what they call it. It's not called a residency, it's called estágio, which is like doing an internship. But there, they won't pay you, you don't get a resident's salary. You'll always be accompanied by the doctor. I mean, someone like you can't prescribe, you can't, sign off because you're not a doctor in that country. So you'll always be monitored by someone. And another thing is that when you finish the internship in Brazil, you have to go back to your home country so you can revalidate there as well and be able to practice your specialty in your country. You can't practice your specialty in Brazil no matter if you completed it there. You have to make sure that these hospitals have this agreement. There are always many calls for these internships for foreigners. You have to see which hospital you want and look for it online to see when these calls are announced. Most of the time, these calls come out around November or December. They are already coming out because in January or February, they are already calling people to come in and do an interview. And that way, you can start doing your residency or internship. Let me be clear, you won't get a salary and must pay for your allowance, housing, food, and all expenses yourself. It's like doing the internship, just as you did in your country. So most people who want to do that residency choose to first validate their medical degree in Brazil. For those unfamiliar with the term validate, I have many videos on my channel. Simply search Revalida Dr. David Campos to find them. Once your medical diploma is validated in Brazil, you'll have the same rights as any other doctor there. You validate your diploma and prepare for medical residency because medical residencies also take place in that month. Applications open in November and December for you to sign up. At that point, you can choose any hospital you want to go to. It doesn't matter how many times you take the exam. For example, let's say you want to go to São Paulo. Yes, you can apply in São Paulo. You can apply in Rio de Janeiro or in another hospital as well, but obviously the dates can't overlap, so you can choose. The registration fee can be around 300 reais. That can vary, and you have to choose which specialty you are applying for. There are about 3 stages. The first stage is obviously the exam, the general objective of everything, like how to do the revalidation. The second stage is already practical, right? The third stage is the interview, either with the hospital director or the director of the specialty you chose. Is to interview you, to see what your plans are, your goals, what you expect from the hospital, and so on. That's basically it, so you can go ahead and enter. Before you sign up, you fill out a form where they ask you all sorts of questions. If you know, you also add points to your resume. If you know how to speak English, that's another point. If you know how to speak Spanish, that's another point too. If you have done research and have it registered, or if you have published any research, or if you have appeared in a magazine for something you have done, that also adds points to your resume for when you apply for a residency. If you want to stay in Brazil, it's recommended to first revalidate your diploma, because if you don't, you'll have 2 jobs to do. If you don't revalidate your diploma, you'll need to do the internship. And let's suppose you finished your specialty and you want to practice your profession in Brazil. So you'll have to do the revalidation to revalidate your medical diploma as a general practitioner, and then you'll have to do another revalidation to revalidate your specialty. So it's 2 tasks. That's why you first choose to revalidate your diploma once you have your CRM. You can choose to do a specialty because it's much better for you since you'll be applying as just another doctor. I mean, you're going to apply. You will have the same rights as a doctor in Brazil, and you will earn the minimum salary of a resident when you do your residency in Brazil because the government pays the residents. It's not much. They say it's about 3,600 reais per month, right? This will depend. It can vary. It can change from now on. Every year it's always changing, so it can go up or it can go down. That will depend a lot on where you do it. Also, the state where you want to do it and the hospital you choose as well, right? So that will depend a lot on that, or maybe it's fixed too. So what I recommend is that you first revalidate your diploma, prepare for the revalidation, study, because everything they ask you in the revalidation or everything you're going to study, you'll already be prepared. Because it's nearly all the same. That's what they'll ask in medical residency. So you kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get yourself ready. Remember that you always have to if you want to look for these residencies in Brazil. I suggest researching the hospitals where you want to do your residency and then apply to get in. Visit the hospital's website. There's always a section for internships or medical residencies. Apply, or sometimes they already have a place there for you to sign up. You always have to check and ask. Is residency one thing and internship mostly for foreigners? Like I said, you have to cover all your personal expenses when you're in Brazil doing the internship. Well, I really hope this video was very helpful for you. Remember, this channel has many videos on medical residencies worldwide, diploma validation in various countries, and health topics. See you in the next video, bye!